Gigi and Gary asked their grandma to tell them a bedtime story. As they sat next to their cousins drinking their milk and cookies, they wanted to hear a story. Grandma Gloria always had stories to tell. Once upon a time in Tallahassee, Florida, a boy named Wally Amos was born with a smile as wide as a cookie sheet and a heart full of dreams. Wally was a little boy who lived with his Aunt Della. She was the best baker ever. She made cookies with no recipe, just love, laughter, and lots of chocolate chips. "Cookies should taste like a hug," she said. Wally watched her stir the dough as they talked and laughed together. So much love in that room. His Aunt Della, Wally baked love into every cookie bite. Aunt Della's chocolate chip cookies weren't just treats, they were hugs in edible form. She wrote down the family recipe. Before he was Famous Amos, Wally was just a boy with a sweet tooth and a sweeter heart. This is the true story of how one man turned a family recipe into a cookie empire, and why his legacy is about more than just chocolate chips. Aunt Della loved Wally so much. She baked her cookies with so much love for Wally. She made cookies that were comforting, healing, and full of love. Wally watched her bake with no recipe, just intuition and joy. "Cookies," she'd say, "should taste like a hug." That phrase stayed with him forever. Wally carried that memory with him through life. After serving his country in the Air Force, Wally sought a new career. He wanted to work as a talent agent in Hollywood. He wanted something to distinguish himself from other talent agents. Well, Wally thought, I will use my Aunt Della's recipe to make some cookies. Cookies are a big icebreaker. Wally Amos had a wild idea. What if he turned his aunt's cookies into a business? In 1975, Wally took a leap of faith. With just $25,000 of his savings and funding from some of his friends and a dream, Wally opened the first Famous Amos cookie store on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. He wore his signature Panama hat and bow tie, greeting customers with warmth and handing out samples like they were golden tickets. The grand opening drew 1,500 people. The cookies? Crispy, golden, and unforgettable. The cookies? Oh, they were good. Crispy, buttery, loaded with chocolate chips, and made with the same love Aunt Della had taught him. Word spread fast. Celebrities, tourists, and locals lined up for a taste. Famous Amos became a household name, and Wally became a symbol of joy, entrepreneurship, and authenticity. In just 1 year, the company made $300,000. By 1982, it was pulling in $12 million. What a tremendous success. Wally's cookies made people happy. But laughter and cookies can change everything, and that even if things get tough, you can always start again. His kindness made the world even sweeter. He showed us that love, but the journey wasn't all sweet. As the brand grew, Wally lost control of the company, but he never lost his spirit. He went on to write books, inspire entrepreneurs, and even launched new ventures like Uncle Wally's Muffin Company. His legacy wasn't just about cookies. It was about believing in yourself, sharing joy, and never letting setbacks define your story. Legacy lives on. He wasn't just the face of a cookie brand, he was a symbol of joy, generosity, and belief in the impossible. His cookies changed the world, not just because they tasted good, but because they carried love. So next time you eat a chocolate chip cookie, think of Wally. Think of Aunt Della. Think of how one sweet idea can ripple across generations. Gigi and Gary told their grandmother that they wanted to make cookies the next day, just like Wally Amos did with his Aunt Della. From Aunt Della's kitchen to the heart of Hollywood, Wally Amos didn't just bake cookies, he baked joy, legacy, and love into every bite. His story reminds us that the sweetest success rises from the warmth of family, the courage to dream, and the power of believing in your own flavor. So the next time you taste a Famous Amos cookie, remember it's more than a treat. It's a tribute to Aunt Della, to Wally, to every dream that starts with a little sweetness and a whole lot of heart. The boy who once sold cookies with a dream in his heart became a legend whose recipe stirred more than taste buds. It stirred hope. Famous Amos didn't just bake cookies, he baked possibility. He showed us that flavor, faith, and a fearless spirit can build a legacy that lasts. So whether you're mixing batter or building dreams, remember, your story matters. Your gifts are deliciously divine. And just like Amos, you can turn a simple idea into something the whole world celebrates. And now every bite carries a story. Of love passed down, of flavor passed forward, of a man who believed that sweetness could change the world. So go ahead, dream big, stir bold, and bake your story into the world. Subscribe to our channel, like and share.